Welcome to Wendy and Ria's Art.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Wendy and Ria's Art. We hope you had a lovely Christmas.
So today we decided to do a challenge on this black canvas board, and
I'll just let you know it's 11 inches by 14 inches or 27.97 centimetres by 35.6 centimetres.
and one of our subscribers has given us 4 colours to use in this abstract, which are pink, yellow, pastel green and lavender. And the subscriber is Amity Dawes. So let's get started. So we don't usually do black, so this will be a challenge for us.
In itself.
So let's get started with our mixing. I'm going to mix the lavender first. What are you going to
I'm going to make a pink.
So I'm mixing mine on a paper plate, and Nana's got a little glass thing. I'm using ultramarine violet and titanium white to make my lavender. And these boards are already pre-gessoed, so we don't need to gesso it, which is pretty good. I'm going to put that and see what it does. Always start with a little amount because you never know what it's going to look like.
Always add.
Yeah.
But you can't take it away.
Definitely. I might actually add like a squash, a hint of quinacridone magenta.
My pink is very pale, but it's pretty. And I can always glaze over it later with another bit of magenta just to make it a bit deeper pink if I want to.
Here I'm trying to get the right lavender shade because the magenta is way too strong, so I'm just adding bits of purple each time. And Nana is just getting some drips.
Got some good drips going there. Okay, I'll just wait for mine to oh, got some drips going up here too, to dry a bit.
So for me, I'm just getting my base colours, and I think Nana is doing the same.
I will. I'll just wait for my pink to dry. So, yeah, this will drip a bit more.
I'm going to get it some
I don't want to spray it. So when you spray it, look, it goes everywhere. Which is okay because I'm on the bottom layer.
If you're wondering why we're using fixative to spray, we're not. We're just using the empty fixative can for our water.
Yeah. It's got a really nice fine mist on it, so I like to put my water in there and use it as my water bottle. Oh, some good little drips there.
I only have a couple, I might get a bit more. So I've got some leftover paint, and what I do is I get some deli paper and just
Use mine too.
just like that. And this will be some great collage. Nana's gonna do it too.
I haven't got much.
It's got a bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna move on to my quinacridone magenta, which will be my pink.
So what have we got? Lavender, yellow,
Pastel green.
pastel green. Lavender, yellow, pastel green.
And pink.
Okay.
But you've done your pink. I'll go here and we'll see how that goes. Ooh, this this is a really pretty colour, just like from the straight colour. Kind of mix it into this.
What colour is that?
The quinacridone magenta.
That's interesting. The magenta made it pink so quickly, but look at these. I had 2 drops this time.
Maybe because the pink's more vibrant and opaque.
Okay, I think I'll make that my violet. Lavender, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna glaze some of that purple over it. And here again, I'm just mixing my lavender into my pink. So I'm basically just repeating the process over and adding more white each time, and Nana's adding her lavender colour.
And here is our leftover paint on our collage paper. So far that's looking pretty awesome. So we put all our leftover paint on bits of deli paper or palette paper. With this we can make collage with the deli paper, and on palette paper we can make acrylic skins. So that's looking nice and interesting. We need to start a new one of those. My palette brush.
I'm going to be using the Atelier Traditional Glazing Liquid Gloss.
So you use a little bit of your colour and a lot more of your glazing liquid.
I'm using dioxazine purple for my glaze because it's more of a blue tint instead of a pink tint. As you can see, I'm adding a slight bit more glazing liquid each time and just mixing it through.
I'm going to mix up my pastel green or pale green now using the phthalo green blue shade. I think this colour will prove to be quite strong, so I'll only use a little bit of it to start, and then I can add a bit more as I need it.
And I'm going to apply my glaze.
Yep. Plenty. Make sure it's mixed in.
Yeah.
Whoa, this phthalo green is really strong. I only needed 1 drop in a big puddle of white.
I'm just going to apply my glaze.
Okay, this is like a mint green. I think that would classify as a pastel green, yeah? You think? Okay, now, where am I going to put my pastel green is the question. I'm going to leave that little bit there black because I love the way the pink just feathers up there. So I'm going to leave that as a black area. I'll probably leave this area, I might just leave that whole section as black. And that section, I like that little cave there. So, a bit of green down here. I'll use my catalyst wedge. It's a beautiful minty green, that one.
The purple colour was actually really strong, but Nana showed me a strategy that I can use, which is swirling the paper towel in circular motions.
Okay, so I've got a bit of pastel green there. If I turn that round, I might put a little bit in the middle of here. All right, I'm going to use a little bit of Ria's purple glaze. Let's go over here. This is just my bottom layer, so I am going to be going over the tops of these colours again. So what I will do, thank you, darling. Put your brush in the water, sweetie. What I'm going to do is use some paper towel and just move that around so that it covers a little bit more than what my brush was going to do, and that just about covers the whole thing there. Okay, and just smooths it out nicely so it's a nice, smooth, subtle glaze. Okay, so I'm using some zinc white just to add to my yellow, just so it's not quite so bright against the other pastel colours. Right, look at that one. Looks like a giant pod on its side. Okay, so I've made the yellows areas of interest with different scrape through designs on them. So that's working well. I'm going to leave that bit black, and I think I'll leave these bits black. I really like that bit and that bit there, and I need some dark, and that's becoming a bit of a focal area there, a focus point. So I'm just going to dry this off and then decide where to go next. I'm really loving this area here, but when I sprayed the pink, it sort of sent little bits of pale pink onto over here. So I'm going to use these Posca pens in black just to see if I can just blacken up those areas in between, because I'd like to leave that as a black section. That would give me this area, and these two black areas, or dark areas.
I am using some blue paper towel to knock back some of the colours.
The black Posca is working really well to get rid of that patchy colour underneath, so I'll keep going with that. It's working really well.
So I've got a black liner that I'm going to use to make some thinner lines. Here I'm using some Sakura paint markers to add some thick lines. I used black and white. But when I went to go use the black liner, it wasn't really juicy. So if you couldn't tell, I swapped some, but then I eventually used the Posca pen, which was really good. So before I added a lilac lavender purple, and I was just going in with some quinacridone magenta and some white to give more of a pastel look, because before it was too bright.
Okay, I'm just going to put some black Sakura on mine, just to put some line work on there. I'm going to use the smaller of the black and the white.
And I'm just letting my paint dry. I'm going to be adding some teal drips. Nana just put the paper towel under there because I forgot to, but I didn't really like the long look, so I just wiped it with the paper towel to make it shorter.
Okay, so I am about to do some stenciling. Now these are some pod stencils that I made using my Cricut machine, so I've designed these myself. and I use them quite frequently in my abstracts. As you can see, I quite like the pod type shapes. So I'm just going to add some of these with some white gesso. I'm just adding a bit of transparent yellow here, just to brighten that yellow up a little bit. I want to brighten up this purple here like it is here, so I will make up a little, actually, wonder if I can use the purple without making up a glaze. Let's have a look and see.
I mean, we're all
Let's
about
do a little experiment.
Yeah, we're all about experimenting.
So we'll see. Get the yellow right out of that brush. Okay, get a watery. All right, let's see. Sort of. It's pretty similar in colour now, but what I might do is just, I want to get it a bit more uniform, so I'm just going to, yeah, see if I do that I'm going to rub it right off, aren't I? Okay, which I'm going to keep doing. I think I might do a glaze. It's probably a little bit more purple than it was, but the glaze is much nicer. So, all right, I'm going to make up a glaze with some Diox purple, but not the high flow. I'll use the fluid and some glazing liquid. Where's that here? Using Atelier glazing liquid gloss. So I'll put down a little bit of purple. I don't need much, so maybe 2 drops of purple and some glazing liquid. And a dry brush and a palette knife to mix it. Okay. Well, that's pretty purple. I only need a little bit, so yike, I don't know. I don't know how bright this is going to be. Anyway, I don't care if it goes too purplish, but let's have a look. Oh, that's all right, that's all right. So what I'm going to do is brush it on. What are you doing? Oh, I got the dog. Ria's with the dog. I'm going to brush it on, and then I'm going to do what I did on Ria's and just use the paper towel to smooth it out and leave a nice purple layer on top. Just have these little white bits here. Up the middle. Okay. So I'll just do that. Get some clean paper towel. And I'm just going to rub it gently, like I did with Ria's, just around in circles, just to make it a nice even layer. Fresh section. Okay, another fresh section. So we're getting thinner and thinner as we go. Another section. Okay, let's just get that purple off there. Okay, and then we end up with a nice purple layer. Nice and smooth, nice and blended in. I like to knock back some of the stencils and things so that they're not showing as bright white, which means I'll also just lightly go over this one, just to knock back some of that stencil work, make it look less like it's snowing, but it will still give it a bit of texture underneath, which is what I want it to do. Okay, so I'm just going to use the paper towel again just to run that around. Show you a new piece. All right, so just gently rubbing that around, just to blend it in. Pressing a little bit heavier near the edges, just so that it looks like a single, well, I want it to look like a single coat, so yeah, just so light around the edges and just knocking back some of those pods and some of that stencil work. Okay. That looks great. All right. Now I need to brighten up a little bit of these pink areas. Yeah, I think I'll, what do I do?
I'm going with some black drips.
Here, I just, as soon as I look at it, you should try and do another colour here that you can scratch through, because the scratching through, like as a focal, it just brings my eye like right to
This
it.
is a focal.
Okay.
I actually kind of like it now, because you know that I hated the abstract like throughout almost the whole thing. I just need to do it again so it looks more juicy.
Much better, much nicer.
And it gives like a pop of colour too.
Yeah, your eye goes straight there.
And here, so this is like a photo. I'm just gonna go over it like one more time so it's not like, so it's more, oh no, so it's more juicy. because I was trying to leave the pink there, and I'm like, oh my god, I cannot do this. I'm like, stuff it, just need some black.
Alright, I'm going to make some pink.
So I'm just thinking, I don't really like this area here, so I'm going to be using some dioxazine purple and titanium white. This one will be more pastel-ish, so I'm just going to do the teensiest drop of purple and a lot more white, so I can get some different variations of purple. And then you can join.
I'm just pinking up my pink areas just to give them a bit more vibrance, a bit more intensity.
So I don't really like this yellow colour, so I'm going to add some yellow ochre because that fits in with this part and this part better. And then this part can be a pop of colour.
Okay, I have now Liquitex paint marker, medium magenta. I'm going to make some dots sort of around this focal area here. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to do it with this violet metallic. It's a beautiful lavender colour and it will give a little shine. That's what I am going to do with, where's that big? Can you pass me the blue one, please, Tom? Okay, this is the one. Just gonna make sure you clean it properly, so
It was already like that. Because I didn't use this colour.
Okay. Let's do some of this. That's pretty. Yes. Good choice. Good choice. Okay, so I'm going to do some dots with this beautiful colour here.
I'm just scratching through everything. Scratchy scratch. I don't usually do busy stuff, but
We swapped today,
yeah.
tonight.
Because I usually do like quiet areas, but here it's just everything's busy. Everything's,
Oh, that's quiet.
yeah,
That's quiet.
but it looks busy.
No, it doesn't actually.
Alright everyone, so last time I put down this yellow colour and I scratched through with this tool and it made some beautiful marks and texture. And I'm going to do it again, because why not? What can go wrong with lots of texture?
Not much.
And if you think it goes wrong, you can always cover it up.
Okay, I'm now going to do some smaller violet lavender metallic dots.
then use my leftover paint on the catalyst wedge onto some deli paper. I've gone through so many pieces of deli paper today just for this abstract.
It's alright, lots of collage material.
Yeah. Well, we do use collage a lot. In fact, we might. Should we use it for this one?
I was thinking of actually using some collage, but yeah, maybe we might. Have we got any of these? Do you want to have a look through for the right colours?
Yeah. What
Pink, lavender, pale green, and yellow.
Yeah. It kind of fits in my colour scheme. Yeah, I can put it there. That fits with mine. Alright, so I've got a lovely collage piece that I did using alcohol inks right here. I'm going to place it here. I'm going to use some golden medium, matte medium. I'm obsessed with the dots, honestly. Are you?
No.
No?
Of course not.
No, Nana would never.
No, never.
Doesn't sound like you at all.
No, no.
I'm not. Totally not. Never. That's not really showing up. Did you shake it?
Yep.
Smush it, like.
It's because it's on black.
Oh yeah. Tell me that you love me. Yeah. Tell me that I'll take your breath away. Oh yes. And the third coat's definitely better than the first and second. It's way more opaque. Do you think? Looks like your abstract. Looks like you would do this. It honestly. Does it? It looks like evergreen. I still think it looks like evergreen.
Nothing like evergreen.
No, the placement.
Sorry.
It does, because you put lots of colours down on evergreen. But I don't have any lights.
No, neither do I really. Midtones and darks.
I need to go in with like a light.
I've got some light showing through.
Yeah, I like that. I might go in.
Do some white line work, or some more white line work. Fine. Small. Some white dots.
No, I already got dots.
What I need to do is some white dots.
So subtle but so aesthetic. What? Don't you find this aesthetic? What do you find this more aesthetic or satisfying?
Satisfying.
Yeah, definitely satisfying. Oh, that looks so good over the turquoise.
So you're learning stuff about your art?
Yeah, I've learned so much since when I started. I can remember when I didn't want to cover up my canvas. That was annoying to you probably. I'm going to do art end with a love heart. Because who wouldn't want a love heart on their painting?
Me?
I'll fade it. I'll knock back the black.
I don't reckon.
There. I mean, no one's gonna.
I like the look of that.
You too.
Actually, I can do it over here.
I think we did really well for this challenge. Do you think the subscriber will be happy? We incorporated all the colours.